keys on them.
You said 1690?
Some of these are quite old. And it was about the time of Mozart when they were developed. It's one of the most beautiful ones is right here. This is really a collector's item. And you have to be very careful because it's not, we haven't restored anything. And it's put together with string. All these things are put together with string. These were turned on lathes, and these lathes were the kind like this little sewing machine with the pedals. These are all ivory here. This is very, very old clarinet with just a couple keys on it. How they ever played that music back in the time of Mozart on this stuff, I have no idea. This just had, the first ones only had a couple keys on it, and then so they've added another one and another one. But this is about the 1700 clarinet. They used a string here on the mouthpiece for the reed. Actually, the first clarinet was actually only about a foot long. It was called the Chalumeau, and Mr. Denner put a mouthpiece on it with a reed, and that was the beginning of the clarinet. And it's developed over the years to have a lot of keys on it. But this is an old, these are different key strengths of them here. This is actually in the key of E flat. Some of those are in the key of C, and some are in the key of B flat, and some are in the key of A. The A clarinet is the one that, yeah, that's Buffet, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's the famous Buffet clarinet that
Yeah.
we now sell for $6,000. This is when the salesman came here from Buffet, he couldn't believe this. He'd never seen anything like this before. And this is all ivory here. But these things were made on really medieval things, you know. Holes were drilled here.
Made by hand entirely.
Yeah. Well, the biggest problem that's been with the clarinet all these years is that when they first developed this, the clarinet it was just had this one key on it, and his son John Denner was drilling holes, and he got it on the drill, and he accidentally put a hole up here by accident, and all of a sudden he played. He says, "Hey, we're getting a second register." So what happened is when you press that little key right here, it's a register key, and what that does is raises the fundamental tone up 12 tones higher. Unfortunately, that 12 tones is not exactly in tune, and you're going to find the left hand notes are sharper and the right hand notes are lower are flatter. So that's why I have developed an invention. I have about 6 inventions that we sell all over the world, and my last invention is a tunable barrel joint with a reverse taper, which the modern clarinet has a polycylindrical bore, which comes down here about 5 inches, and then it makes out to a cylinder like a gas pipe. And so I am in the process of getting the patent. I have applied for it, for the tunable barrel joint. And this, we have sold about 90,000 of one of my inventions, and about 100,000 of another one. Let me show you if you've got a minute here.
Oh, we've got a minute.
This is kind of an interesting thing. This little device here, actually, they actually make a couple other little gadgets here. And it's funny because just a few minutes ago, before you came in here, a man came in here and he bought something, and he saw that picture on the wall. This picture on the wall. He says, "My picture's right there." And we were in a clarinet group for Find Me Opera Symphonia. We make these here. These are the barrel joint for the clarinet. And what happens is there's a hole drilled here, but there's a reverse taper that comes down like this on it. So we make these here. I have a lathe back there. We make them. But this is the invention, the end all inventions. All of our products are called Robert Vincent. That's my son's name, Robert Vincent. And that's this fellow right here, Robert Vincent Rieckhoff. And it's named after my 2 outstanding students. One is Robert Dunham, and Vincent is Vincent Johnson, this one right here. That's our 3rd child, was named after him. This is the great invention. We do this packaging here in this building, and he runs this off on the machine, and we cut them, and we buy these little things here. Well, there's the great invention. By turning this center, it makes it longer or shorter.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
it's like a turnbuckle on your
Yeah.
screen door.
And it fixes the
And so I
problem.
have a patent pending on it. This is our logo, which is our trademark.
Oh,
And that's,
neat.
nobody can copy that. I have
Cool.
it in Washington, D.C. That's Robert Vincent, Quincy, Illinois, custom made. We use that. I have a roll die that rolls that on. That roll die is about $400. And we have it on the lathe back there. We put the thing in there, put the thing in and turn it, and it makes that impression. Now we have a choice of either going into another device here or have a man engrave it. This has been engraved on here. Another $400 would cost to do that on the side. But by turning the center, we can make it longer or shorter. And it has the taper inside, and this is the only one. I have a patent pending on this.
Oh, neat.
We hope to sell about 50,000 of those at $50 each.
Sure.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hey, his eyes went around the circle. That's a lot of money. But the first thing that we actually developed was the first patent was this little gadget here, and this was the first thing. The problem is that the mold for this was $125,000, and my wife thought it was the dumbest thing I ever did in my life. Well, we showed at the Midwest Bank Clinic in Chicago at the Conrad Hilton for 20 years. And the first time we went there, we sold $3,000 worth the first day. And on the way home, my wife says, "You know, we had a pretty good idea, didn't we?" Heard that before?
Yeah.
This is a different way of holding the reed on the clarinet. And I have a patent on this, and nobody's copied it. They've tried it, but they're still not. We've sold about 90,000 of these little gadgets, and if you go to Washington, D.C., you're going to see about half of the service band players in the Marine Band, Navy Band, Army Band, all these service band are using my little gadget. They're pretty expensive. They're $17.95. And the other companies are trying to copy it, and their price is $150. Well, who's going to make the sale? Then we have the cap. But that was the first one. And then there's a thumb. This is for the clarinet, and we have it for the alto sax and tenor saxophone also. But we're working on more. But this is probably my final invention. I'll be 89 and next Thursday. So
89 years young.
you don't know
Well, happy
how
birthday.
many more days it's going to be.
birthday.
But are you fellas playing in town today?
No.